Welcome to the BXG Podcast, the podcast where pop culture and nerd culture meet.
You think it's just going to be barbecue sauce?
Because if you actually read those books, it's just gobbledygook.
I really think clothes should be mandatory.
Speaking of Star Wars,
Captain America.
trailer reaction video. We move on to quite possibly the best show on television right now.
Not the worst.
Being reviewed by the BXG. Chainsaw Man, episode 4. The battle is over. Power does not understand why Denji would sacrifice. And for someone who betrayed him. And then another devil appears. I didn't specifically catch the name of this one, but it was had many teats, it would appear.
The cow monster? Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. It was like a worm cow.
It was weird.
Yeah, very weird. And despite the fact that he lost a lot of blood and couldn't go full Chainsaw Man on this thing, he continued to fight because this guy just needs some boobs. And the battle resolves by Haka. I forget his name. Ponytail guy. I need it up. Coming in and using his devil that he's bonded with, which is like the fox devil, who just comes and eats this thing, basically.
Lord of the Rings did.
Lord of the Rings it? Go on.
The last movie where it cheated and just quickly.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Hayakawa. And then the rest of the episode is sort of centered around the fact that Denji is living with Hayakawa, and now Power also has to live with Hayakawa, and it's like Three's Company, the odd couple. But
that's what.
At the end of the show, Power corners Denji, and we are led to believe that she upholds her end of the bargain.
Yep.
And she says, "You may fondle me."
That's it.
Thoughts?
Power's gross though. Like, she doesn't flush her toilet.
Herself. Right.
That's gross. Like,
yeah.
I mean, however hot she may be to the guy, like, come on, like, clean yourself up.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, sure.
I mean, this show is just what it is. I don't even know, like, it's weird. It's like the fastest 20 minutes ever.
Yeah.
It literally is just like, here we go, boom, credits, you're done with the show. So it's like, he can't have the blood, but he's just like boobs. And it's just, I know
he lost his hand there too for a while.
That was cool.
Lost his arm.
It was like,
forgot about that.
We never actually know how he lost. Like, it was a bullet, but like, where did that even come from?
Yeah, from the devil's nipple boob thing.
But we don't really see that. It's like
right.
Funny. Like, that was that funny thing where it's like, oh, this is just, they didn't care about showing what that was.
Yeah.
And he like lost his hand. That was funny. That made me laugh. Like, actually laugh. I will say, anytime, even if I watch something really funny, I really laugh out loud. I like laugh so loud when that happened because it's like, we have no idea what this is, and then they didn't reference it back. So I was just like,
well, until he grows it back via a blood transfusion.
Yeah. They find his arm because they killed the thing and whatever. And they're like, oh, we found your arm. And I love that too. No stitches. It's just his back.
Yeah.
It's good. You're good to go.
Devil power.
This is the thing I'll say, probably my favorite thing about this show. Like, it doesn't care.
Correct.
I think that's the best thing. It literally does not care. It's just like boobs, blood.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all this show is. It does not care about anything else. It's like, the plot is loose as hell. Like, a lot of times I'm not even sure what the plot is, which is fine. I don't care about that. But it's boobs and blood. And it's just like, he's got that half chainsaw.
Mhm.
And it's like, he doesn't even have to do this. He can just walk away.
Right.
He's like, I just need to cop a feel though.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he's having sex with her. It's just like to get, sorry, everybody. He just wants to touch a boob. That's the funny thing. That's what makes the show so funny to me. And like the graphic novel, the manga, it's so funny to me. It's like, that's it. He's not even like, hey, can I do anything else? It's like, no, just let me touch a boob.
I would say the overarching plot being that, they have to kill these devils. That's the overarching plot.
Yeah, they do, but
there's going to be some. I think that there's going to be maybe a little bit of palace intrigue as far as the government is kind of approving this unit to work with these fiends and devils that they would otherwise eradicate. And so I think that there's probably going to be a little bit of a political side to this. But I also believe that there's something about Makima's eyes that tells me that she's not, like, they're orange and red, right, and have like the little spirally things. So that tells me that not is all what it seems with her as well. And she's so incredibly soft-spoken at all times. It's just, she's kind of a creepy character to me. But
she's very creepy.
So I think that the real story is sort of building in the background, and we have these sort of just wild interstitial action set pieces and then comedy scenes where he's, pursuing his one motivation. But in the meantime, there is something, boiling behind the surface. I will say that I did like that he at one point used the entrails of the Bat Devil Empire Strikes Back style to kind of trip this other thing up. That was a good touch, especially because if you think of the opening credit montage where there's so many pop culture references, and then you kind of think to yourself within the show, what other pop culture references are there? I mean, I feel like if that's what they were going for, that's clearly a reference towards Empire Strikes Back. You wonder if like the creepy house that they were in the last episode was maybe an homage to something like Silence of the Lambs or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun to sort of pick those out as well. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, this show's wild. It's totally crazy, but I do think that there is something. I don't think that there's going to be anything where it's going to be so shocking, like, oh my God. And that's the thing about this show. The shock value.
It doesn't need that.
The sticker shock value is already so high because of just how bombastic the action set pieces are, that I don't think any plot twist is like out of bounds. And so therefore, even though it'll be designed to be shocking, I don't necessarily think it'll be that shocking. Because it'll be like, oh, she's a three-headed, she's a three-headed tit monster. That makes sense.
Sure.
Whatever. It's just like, I could see them doing literally anything. Like, oh, the main bad guy for this is actually Stephen Baldwin.
That'd be sick.
I'd be like, hey, makes sense. I like it. Makes sense. Stephen Baldwin.
Right.
Biodome.
That'd be good.
Pauly Shore. But yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy it on a weekly basis. I look forward to watching it.
Yeah, I also look forward. Yeah, and I even like things. I will generally say like a lot of this isn't normally my thing because it's so somebody that's so outlandish and so ridiculous that like doesn't. But this one is like perfectly outlandish and ridiculous.
Right. Just enough.
And I think that's what makes it. Yeah, just enough.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what else we have in our bag of tricks here.